everyone. I'm sorry, I've got really bad lighting right now. I'm sitting in my room. So, I had to do this because, I was sitting watching TV out in the living room where I normally film. And I got a message on Meet Me. I get these every so often, so it didn't surprise me I got it. But I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to reply to this one just to see where it goes, because I know where it's usually going to go. Basically, at least once a month or so, I get a message from some random person on Meet Me. And it's usually something along the lines of, hey, do you want to make lots of money, get a new car real quick? I got one of these. Now, I don't know. Oh no, it looks like I can still type to her. So this one, usually they come from guys. This one actually came from a girl. So I'm just gonna give you her first name on this. I'm not gonna give any more than that. But on here she goes by Tina. In the picture she looks like she's pregnant. She's 21, female from Garden City, Kansas. Okay, now problem with this is I normally ignore anybody on my Meet Me that's not from Colorado. I've got very clearly on my Meet Me, I've got it posted, I am not interested in anybody outside of Colorado, nobody under 21, I'm only looking for friends. Let me tell you, I get a lot of crap over that because apparently Meet Me is some kind of hookup site, or at least it is now. But you can tell that these are like people that are very uneducated and don't get anything. I say this now because I make a couple of references that a lot of people don't usually get anyway. I of course do a lot of reading. I do, I look into history. I read like time period books, I know some of the references I make, not everybody gets. But I'm going to read you this message as as I can understand it the best. And then I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be exactly how they spell things, even if it is the incorrect version. I'm sorry, 2 and 2 is not that hard to figure out. So, literally, her message is the letter U, not Y-O-U, just the letter U. Want to make 2, she actually got the right 2 here, was the T-W-O. $2,000 ever, yeah, that's real good English there, darling. $2,000 ever 2 weeks, and get brand new car 2, wrong 2. She did the T-O, not the T-O-O, as in, as well. Okay, so, let's go through this first message here. Didn't know I could make ever 2 weeks. I could be making $2,000. According to her. Thought it was every 2 weeks I could be making $2,000, according to this. So, of course, I've had these messages come through before, so I, of course, I asked the pretty much basic question of, you all have the same idea in mind. How do you want me to sell my body? That's what they always all boil down to, is how do you want me to sell my body? So I asked her. Well, hers was pretty easy. Sorry, my wrist is buzzing here. Alright, that's gonna be an interesting. We're gonna apparently be packing on a couple of messages in here. So it's like, how do you want me to sell my body? Because that's usually what these scams go for. They want me to sell my body in some way. Apparently, I need to date her friend or do him. Okay, now, I think we have a slight problem here. If anybody can tell me how I'm supposed to easily date and or screw some guy, in Kansas that's not going to require me to fly and or move out to Kansas from where I live, by the way, Colorado, yeah, please let me know, because it's not an easy trip. It's not like, driving down to Denver for me. It's not worth $2,000. That's like covering, flight and hotel every couple weeks to go out there and see him. Not worth my time. So I, say, I know I'm a hooker, but I think you got me confused with a woman of the evening. Now, let me explain for those who don't know, because I know not a lot of people understand my hooker reference here. I crochet. I crochet a lot. And in the crocheting community, if you are a crocheter, you are also known as, guess what? A hooker. Because our way of doing things is literally a crochet hook. Let's see if I can find my hooks real quick. I don't think I can. Oh wait, no, there's my purple. My blue should be real close. There it is. Haha, I did find them. But here is my tool that I use. Now, slide my finger up here. So you can see here, that is a hook. Hence, I am a hooker. Ooh, big deal. And woman of the evening, also usually normally referred to as a lady of the evening. Also known as, to those of you who don't know that reference, like I said, from some of the books I have read and history and such, prostitute, hookers, chicks you pay to sleep with. Like I said, we share a similar name, but different meanings to them. So she responds with, why, the letter U again, say that. She can spell everything out, but taking the 2 seconds it would take to spell out Y-O-U is apparently too much. Well, I explained to her that I crochet, everything I just explained to you. Except I left out the part about how I'm going to end up getting to, how it's going to be a little bit difficult to date and or screw her friend. That's most likely in Kansas with her. Yeah, I don't see how that's happening. Yeah, I pretty much tell her, it's like, yeah, I don't sleep with guys for money. I literally just wanted to find out how your version of this went, because usually it's like, hey, you want to make this, $2,000, dollars every week or something like that. All you have to do is, perform on camera for these guys. Okay. Like, they just tell you right there in first post, and I'm just like, yeah, no, bye. So, as of me filming this video, she has not said anything yet, and I'm still waiting. Yeah, like, that's just... that's the kind of girl that, that baby's gonna grow up to be real proud of, isn't they? Oh, let's see this one here. Wow. Okay, yeah, we're gonna combine a few people in this video here. Because as I was discussing when I had to check my watch, because I have, and this is totally not sponsored, but I have this fancy, let me see if I can light it up here for y'all. I have this fancy smartwatch that I love. I had to replace my old one because I lost a button on the side and water got in and ruined my screen. Yeah, that was real fun. So I now have a watch again, and it's a smartwatch and it gives me notifications. So while I was, telling you about the last chick, I of course checked my watch because I thought maybe I was getting a text message or something. And I just wanted to know, because life has been crazy. And it is from This one's actually in Colorado. Good for him, but apparently he can't read. Oh, we got another notification. Okay, this one's not really that important. So let's see if Dave has, well, checked out my profile. And if you're wondering, I've got these pulled up on my Kindle over here off to the side. Oh, he has checked out my profile. Most likely, before he messaged me, this is really getting annoying. My Kindle's not sitting nicely on my little stand I have it on and keeps falling. So it said he checked out my profile. Yep, he checked out my profile right before he messaged me, which is really great, isn't it? So, like, let's just look at my profile here. Oh, I don't want to look at my picture. Okay, so my profile, my about me, I'm going to read this to you. I will go 10 years older and younger. Please understand, I will not go younger than 21. I'm only looking in Colorado. My relationship is weird with my ex, and I have always been unconventional. Should be it. It has always, I don't know why, probably autocorrect here. It has always been unconventional, and even though we broke up, we never really broke up, which is very true. We both know what we want, but just not right now. I don't want sex, and if I did, I know where to get it. I'm open to friends, but not much more. You know, if you message me, call me beautiful, gorgeous, sexy, or anything like that, I will not reply, and same for stickers. Now, Meet Me, they have this thing where you can send somebody a sticker. I get a lot of people that send me those stickers. I don't respond to a sticker. Be like, if you walked up to me and handed me a piece of paper that said, hey, can I have your number? I'm going to promptly crumble up that piece of paper and I'm going to throw it away. I don't respond to that. You want to talk to me, you talk to me. Okay? It's just the way I am. I know, I'm weird. So, Dave, here after reading my profile, I'm pretty sure it was just more the fact that he saw I was a pretty girl, according to him, and decided he was going to message me. So Dave is 31, from Denver, Colorado. Okay, now more reasonable, distance than Kansas. But, okay, so how does a man like me get your attention? You're way out of my league, but I had to say hi. How's your night going? Really, Dave? Really? On my profile, y'all just heard me read it. I'm not interested in anything more than friends. But Dave here is gonna try. Like, seriously, like, this is as bad as one kid who my honey has known forever. Like, he was knee-high to a grasshopper. If you don't know what that means, it means that, you've known this person since they were really young. It's a saying I've grown up with. Just go with it. Now, I'm not going to mention any names or anything because anybody that knows my face or recognizes me can definitely get this back to him. Or at least his wife, as he says he's married on Facebook. I have held on to this because I'm still debating whether or not to send our chat to his wife. Because, like I said, and this is like the last profile he has messaged me off of on Meet Me that I have not blocked. I've blocked every other one he has messaged me under. Because it's always the same thing. And love the kid to death. He's adorable. I would never sleep with him. The fact that he looks at my ex like an uncle and calls me auntie, that just gets too weird for me, okay? Like, this kid is like now my nephew. He's like 2 years younger than me. He's now my nephew because, like I said, my ex has known him since he was a kid. So, my ex is his uncle pretty much. So we're just going to go with the last part of, what he's using as his name on here. I know it's not his last name. I know his real last name. So we're going to call him Jim because that's what he's got on Meet Me right now. like I said, I'm still not sure if I want to send this to his wife and be like, hey, he's done this before when he's been in relationships. I have him on Facebook. He messages me on here. I tell him no, I have blocked him because he constantly comes after me for sex. So he literally starts off pretty innocent in this one. Do you want to get in the hot tub? Please. Now, please came right as I sent my reply. Do you want to get in the hot tub? I had just started a new job. Okay, I was working at somewhere between midnight, going in midnight to 7 a.m. 34 times a week. I stiff, sore, doing stuff I'm not used to. Getting in a hot tub sounded wonderful. So I said, yeah, would like to, but I have to work in about 45 minutes. I'd love to get in a hot tub, but I don't have time. I gotta work in 45 minutes. Because this was one of those nights where I went in at midnight. So I'm like, okay, hot tub, oh my god, it sounds so nice, but I have to work in 45 minutes. Better not start daydreaming about that. Well, then he messages me, and PLZ. I know it's supposed to be please, but it's like, child, please. You just used the full please before, why can't you use it now? And then he asks me, literally, right after that, and I'm not responding to him at all. Because I'm trying to get dressed, trying to get ready, trying to wake up a little bit. Because it was midnight shift. I'm usually, already awake at midnight, going to bed about 3 o'clock. As you all know from working at McDonald's. So, he's then after the please says, or do you want to do something sexy before B space FOR4? This kid really is a special kind of stupid. You go to work. So he wants to know if I want to come over and have some fun. Again, this kid is my nephew. He then says he will give me a vape pen. Well, actually he says vape pen. It's supposed to be vape pen. And then he sends me a picture of the vape pen. I know what it is because I've read this conversation already. But the Meet Me I've got pulled up won't let me see the picture. The funny thing is the vape pen he's trying to give me is a downgrade from the one I actually have. And then he asks me, please. And then he sends me a sticker. We all know how much I love those stickers. And I told him if I wanted, and I put in quotes here, something sexy before work. And I actually used the correct before, not, B space FOR before. Before work, I would be late considering I would have to drive to Eaton. Now that's where my ex lives. That's quite honestly where I would go if I wanted some sexy fun before work. Again, he says, please, I will give you a vape pen. Not even vape, vape. I told him the answer is no. I don't care if you'll give me a vape. This is why I have blocked all your other accounts. Just for 15 minutes. Okay. Now this one made me laugh when I saw just for 15 minutes. Because, like I said, I know this kid. I know him very well. I personally have not slept with him. I know somebody who has. We are very close. We have talked about our sex lives with each other. I know how fast he really is in bed. Guess what? It's pretty fast. It's not that great. And I'm sorry if I'm going to do something sexy with somebody. I want it to be where it's not going to leave me more hungry for sex than when I showed up. I'd rather be late for work. Let's just be honest here. So, of course, and that's the reason why I said we were going to call him Jim, because I knew I was going to need it later. Because, like I said, he my friend and I refer to him as Speedy because he's, well, yeah. I think it would last longer with the Flash or with Superman, who's faster than a speeding bullet. So I said, no, Jim. Jim, why don't you just ask your wife? By the way, this is, we're gonna go with Angel. I'm not using my name, so we're just gonna, by the way, this is Angel. And we are friends on Facebook, so that's how I know you're married. That shut him up for, I think, a day? Yeah. That shut him up for the rest of the day. Didn't hear from him again until the next day, about the same time. This time, I'm like, I'm not going through all your stupidity this time. He started again. Do you want to get in the hot tub? I just told him no. Haven't heard from him, which surprisingly enough, I haven't heard from him again since this, which was October 18th, which for him is an amazing little feat because I honestly, I hear from this kid regularly. I really do. He is like so desperate for sex that he's constantly hitting me up for sex. So it's like, honey, like, stop trying. I was hoping she messaged back. She hasn't yet. And it's been about 27 minutes. But it's like, I still have not sent it to his wife. Well, quite honestly, I can't screenshot off my phone anyway. Because I early on in getting my phone, I dropped it in the toilet, and the only way to screenshot on this phone is to hold the lock button and the home button. I haven't had enough money to go in and replace my phone, so I can't screenshot it off of my phone. But yeah, I still have not tried to send it to his wife on Facebook. I'm still debating on that one, really. Because, quite honestly, he's done this multiple times before. And I've watched him on Facebook. He gets with a new girl. And people go and warn him. Hey, people go and warn the girl. Like, hey, he's not going to be faithful to you. He is constantly hitting people up for a piece of ass on the side. Which I can vouch for because he did this like right before my birthday a few years ago. His uncle and I were both at work. This is our day job. Yes, I have like 3 jobs. 4 if you count my crocheting, which is not an official business yet. But, we were both at work and this was right before, well, technically actually our birthday. His birthday is a day before mine. But he messaged me on Facebook and he's begging me for sex. And I'm like, I kept telling him no. He wouldn't take no for an answer. So I'm like, fine, ask your uncle. So he of course, like, standing there right next to my ex who I was still with at the time. He's, he waits a couple of seconds and then he says, okay, I asked him. He said yes. I look at my ex and of course my ex is standing right there next to me as this conversation is going on. And I'm looking at his phone and I'm like, no, he didn't. Why are you saying you did? No, you didn't. Come on, go away. I don't care that I won some stupid contest thing. Sorry, my Kindle, I had it open in the web browser on my Kindle because I can't download Meet Me onto the Kindle itself. But this kid was like, trying to tell me that yes, my ex said it, oh yeah, it's okay. But I'm sitting right next to my ex at the time and I'm like, really, kid? Really? And I tell him, it's like, I just looked at your uncle's phone. No, he didn't. You didn't even ask him. And so so now he actually has to message my ex. because he was caught. And, you know, my ex and I are just like standing there, literally reading off of each other's phones as this kid is trying to get me to sleep with him. And I'm just like, really? Like, really, kid? Like, and he keeps saying, oh yeah, he said yes, like, after he messaged him, and my ex is like, no, you're not sleeping with her. And the kid's like, okay, well, Uncle said it was okay, and I'm like, honey, I'm still looking at his phone, I'm still standing right next to him. So to, like, prove the point, my ex and I both switched phones, and we're, like, you know, texting him, and I'm like, Cody, it's not gonna, or, not, Jim, it's not, oh god, I slept up. Jim, it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna, you know, your uncle's not gonna let it happen. So the girl that Jim was with at the time, you know, my ex is like, okay, fine. You want to sleep with Angel? Convince your old lady to let me have a go at her. We both knew it wasn't gonna happen. We both knew that out of the two of us, if anyone was gonna be able to get into bed with her first, it was gonna be me. But this kid just constantly trying and trying and trying. And we never told Jim's old lady at the time. You know, we never told her at the time. She knew he was screwing around on her. She didn't need us to tell her he was screwing around on her. And it's like, that's why I'm like, I don't know if I should go to his wife now and say, hey, you know, he's got a habit of doing this. I can pull up old messages on Facebook from him that I have not deleted, because I really honestly don't delete my Facebook messages. But he does this all the time. He's hit me up, he's hit, you know, my friend up. She, you know, she agreed to it because, you know, she was single at the time. Why not? But it's like, you know, he's gonna try to stick his little thing wherever he can stick it. And so I'm still not sure, should I tell his wife or not? Because, like I said, I've got the proof. Like, I have no problem sharing the proof if I could figure out how to screen cap it. Like, honestly. I mean, short from putting my phone on my printer, in my scanner, and scanning it that way to, you know, get the screen caps. I don't know how to screen cap it and tell her, hey, I don't know if he's doing this with anybody else, or if he's found somebody that will take the VAP pin, as he puts it, to take his other vape pen. But yeah, so these are the things I find out on Meet Me. So, kind of to prove the point, I am not a hooker. Not a hooker. I'm a hooker. Which I think is going to be the title of this video. Because I kind of like it. Because I am a hooker. But not the one everyone thinks I am. So, if you stuck around for this long, thanks for sticking around. I think I'm going to film another video. Well, I've got a couple of ideas I want to film. So, there might be a couple coming up after this one. So, thanks everybody. Bye.